nikajawara to biro macheni mondo okawa terwa dala yero koro en maru ine to odomati yero koro en maru ine to odomati nejogo duto madwaro pinruok timuru yero kapod kinde nitie nikajawara to biro macheni mondo okawa terwa dala yero koro en maru ine to odomati yero koro en maru ine to odomati ana gopo dala dala chunya gopo dala wa pingi tomer onge bechu ana gopo dala wa ana gopo dala dala chunya gopo dala wa pingi tomer onge bechu ana gopo dala wa Yesu bimondo itera dala pingi tokojoja Yesu bimondo itera dala pingi tokojoja ana gopo dala dala chunya gopo dala wa pingi tomer onge bechu ana gopo dala wa ana gopo dala dala chunya gopo dala wa pingi tomer onge bechu ana gopo dala wa Yesu bimondo itera dala pingi tokojoja Yesu bimondo itera dala pingi tokojoja ana gopo dala dala chunya gopo dala wa pingi tomer onge bechu ana gopo dala wa ana gopo dala dala chunya gopo dala wa pingi tomer onge bechu ana gopo dala wa Yesu bimondo itera dala pingi tokojoja Yesu bimondo itera dala pingi tokojoja ana gopo dala dala chunya gopo dala wa pingi tomer onge bechu ana gopo dala wa ana gopo dala dala chunya gopo dala wa pingi tomer onge bechu ana gopo dala wa Yesu bimondo itera dala pingi tokojoja Yesu bimondo itera dala pingi tokojoja ana gopo dala dala chunya gopo dala wa pingi tomer onge bechu ana gopo dala wa ana gopo dala dala chunya gopo dala wa pingi tomer onge bechu ana gopo dala wa Yesu bimondo itera dala pingi tokojoja Yesu bimondo itera dala pingi tokojoja
Hamjambo tena. Ni wakati mwingine mzuri. Nataka kutukaribisha sisi zote katika kikao cha mchana, makambi yetu yakiendelea. Na wale ambao mko nje, tafadhali na wasi muweze kuingia ndani kwa ajili ya kipindi cha afya ambacho tunataka kuanza wakati huu. Na tunakumbushwa ya kwamba kuna huduma za matibabu ambazo zinapeanwa huko nje. They are free. Kuna chochote ambacho unatakiwa kulipa, na kama hujaonana na madaktari uweze kuonana na wao ili kwamba uweze kujua hali yako ya kiafya. Kwa hivyo wakati huu tunataka kuingia katika kipindi cha afya, na yule ambaye atatuongoza ni pastor mchungaji ambaye amekuwa pamoja nasi katika wakati huu wote tangu tulipokuwa tumeanza makambi. Kwa jina anaitwa mchungaji Amisi. Ni wangapi pamoja nami tutamkaribisha kwa ajili ya kipindi hiki? Na kabla basi hajakuja, nataka tuweze kuomba. Mtakatifu Mungu Baba wetu uishie juu mbinguni, tunarudisha shukrani zetu kwako kwa sababu uliona ni vema tuweze kushiriki katika makambi ya mwaka huu. Asante kwa vipindi ambavyo umetuletea, asante kwa ujumbe ambao tumepokea, na asante kwa wajumbe pia ambao uliwatuma katika sehemu hii. Wakati huu tunapounganika pamoja na mchungaji wetu Hamisi kwa ajili ya kipindi cha afya, tuomba ya kwamba uzidi kuwa pamoja nasi na umtumie kama chombo. Ndio ombi letu kupitia jina la Yesu mkombozi wetu. Ni wangapi pamoja nami tunamkaribisha?
Bwana Yesu asifiwe. Basi ni wakati mwingine tena Bwana ametukirimia ili ya kwamba tuweze tukaonekane machoni pake wakati huu kwa kipindi cha afya. Ningependa niwakaribishe wote walio kule nje ya kwamba waingie ndani ili ya kwamba tuweze tukaimizana katika mambo ambayo Mungu ameweka katika mawazo yangu kupitia kwa Roho wake Mtakatifu. Jana tulikuwa katika utangulizi ya kutangulia na kufanya introduction ya topic ya health. Tulisema jana kama kuna yule ambao alikuwa jana, mimi nikiwa kiongozi wa hiyo kipindi nilitoa maelezo ama definition ya health. Kama mtu alikuwa jana, nione kama kuna mtu alikuwa jana mwenye anakumbuka tuliyosema. Bwana asifiwe. Wangapi walikuwa jana kwa wale walio hapa? Mnakumbuka tulisema nini kuhusu afya definition? Nani anaweza sema? Basi tulisema ya kwamba okay.
Tulisema ya kwamba afya kuwa na uwezo wa afya kimwili, kiroho, kiakili. Kwa Kiswahili tunategemea na ile nyingine ni gani? Kwa Kiswahili zinakuja zote.
Kimawasiliano.
Spiritually, mentally, physically, socially.
Yes. So we have the WHO definition of health is a state of wellness, a state of physical, mental, social wellness. Tukaongeza definition ya Biblia ambayo ilihusisha mambo ya kiroho. Kwa hivyo jana tukamaliza tukisema ya kwamba health is a state of physical, mental, social and spiritual wellness, and not merely the absence of disease or infirmities. Okay? Wale wa PA mniongezee nguvu kidogo tu. I want to strain. Kidogo tu, si sana. Kidogo. Halo. Nadhani hiyo imetosha. Yes. So, hiyo ndio definition ambayo tulikuwa nayo kwa mambo ya health. Tuliangalia mambo mengi. Tulimalizia kitu inaitwa primary health. Primary health kwa maelezo nilisema primary health refers to preventive health, living in a way that we do not predispose ourselves to health, to disease and infirmities. We live in a healthy way that do not predispose us to disease and infirmities. Or if we ever get disease, we are not worse hit. For example, wakati wa COVID, wale waliokuwa wanaishi maisha mzuri because walijenga kinga, hata kama umepata ugonjwa Manake we are living in a world which is full of a lot of things. Maybe unaweza kuwa na homa kidogo, maybe unaweza kuwa mgonjwa. Ukipata ugonjwa sasa haitakulemea sana. That is primary health. Now jana tuliongea kidogo tu juu ya diet as one of the components of primary health. Tukaongea juu ya usafi. Jana tuliongea juu ya usafi. Sasa leo ningependa nitumie wakati ulioko tuangalie jambo moja ambayo pengine you don't expect it to be related to health, but it is so much related to health, and I will show how it is related to health. We want to talk about dress and health. Dressing or dress and health. Yani mavazi, kujipamba, mavazi, nguo, venye tunavaa kuna uhusiano na afya. Hebu tuombe. Bwana Mungu, wewe usiyechoka kutusikiza, imekupendeza ya kwamba tudumu tena mbele yako tukiangalia tena mahusia yako kuhusu afya zetu kiakili, afya za kimwili, afya za kiroho na afya ya mawasiliano kati yetu sisi na sisi. Naomba ya kwamba tunapoangia fungua neno hili utuongoze katika neno lako, katika jina la Yesu naomba nikiamini. Amen. Waliambiwa wale waliokuwa wasikilizaji wa Petero aliyekuwa anawaandikia wale walikuwa naishi mahali panaitwa Pontus, Galatia, Cappadocia, Asia, Bithynia, akawaandikia katika Timotheo 3:1-6 akisema, wives likewise be submissive to your own husbands, that even if some do not obey the word, they without a word may be won by the conduct of their wives, when they observe your chaste conduct accompanied by fear. Do not let your adornment be merely outward, arranging the hair, wearing gold, or putting on fine apparel. Rather, let it be the hidden person of the heart, with the incorruptible beauty of a gentle and quiet spirit, which is very precious in the sight of God. For in this manner, in former times, the holy women who trusted in God also adorned themselves, being submissive to their own husbands. And Sarah obeyed Abraham, calling him Lord, whose daughters you are, if you do good and are not afraid with any terror. So neno hilo liliandikwa na yule mtume ambaye alikuwa anaitwa Kefa. Kefa ndiye aliandika maneno hayo. Alikuwa anaandikia wale waliokuwa waumini wa mama, walikuwa naishi na mabwana wao ambao hawakuwa wameamini. Anasema ya kwamba wakati ilivyokuwa wakati ule, walikuwa na tabia ya kusonga nywele, na wanaweka ndani ya hiyo nywele, wanaweka gold, wanaweka silver, wanaweka nini, wanaweka vitu vingi vingi. Kama ungekuwa na picha ungeona venye ilikuwa nywele inawekwa karibu pesa, ukitafsiri kwa pesa ya Kenya inaweza fika hata 500,000. Amebeba nywele hivyo, inakaa karibu 3 months, alafu inatolewa. So na walikuwa na aina ya mavazi ambao walikuwa navaa. Leo hivi hebu tuangalie kidogo mahusia ya afya ama mahusia ambayo tumepewa kwa Ministry of Healing kuhusu mavazi yetu na afya yetu. Je, kuna mahusiano? Anasema ya kwamba kunayo. Manake anasema ya kwamba kuna mambo mengi, kuna watu wengi tumejitwika shida nyingi kupitia kwa mavazi. Unaweza andika Ministry of Healing page 120. Anasema hivi, one of fashion's wasteful and mischievous devices is the skirt that sweeps the ground, uncleanly, uncomfortable, inconvenient, unhealthful. All this and more is true of the trailing skirt. It's extravagant, both base and the superfluous material required, and because of the needless wear on account of its length. And whoever has seen a woman in a trailing skirt with hands filled with parcels attempt to go up or down stairs, to enter a staircase, to walk through crowds, to walk in the rain or on a muddy road, needs no other proof of its inconvenience, and discomfort. Now, that is just one of them. But nataka tu ni summarize baadhi ya mahosia yake kuhusu mavazi. Kama uko na kitabu hichi, by the way, one of the books you need to have is this book called Ministry of Healing. Sijui kama Evangelist Sangima uko na Ministry of Healing.
It's for 50. This is a book that I would recommend. This is my copy, my copy for my house. Please, I would recommend that you buy this book for only 450. It will tell you so many things about your family, your health, that will really help you. So I just want to, page 120, and let me read a few things to get a few points on how we should dress. So, number one, our dress should be simple and modest. Simple and modest. Simple and modest. Simplicity and modesty. Anasema kwa sehemu moja hapa ya kwamba, there is this section. The section which I'm looking for, nasema, but our clothing, while modest and simple, should be of good quality, of becoming colors, and suitable for service. It should be chosen for durability rather than display. It should provide warmth and proper protection. The wise woman described in Proverbs is not afraid of the snow, for all her household are clothed with double garments. So amesema ya kwamba clothing, kama umesikia your statement, should be simple and modest. At the same time should have what? Good quality. Good quality. And should be of becoming colors. Yani color ambayo unatumia. Kuna watu wanapenda kuvaa screaming colors. Screaming colors. Screaming colors, if you may permit me to say, there are some clothes which may determine your mood. Some clothing may determine the mood, for your information. So colors, she's very particular with color, the colors that we use in our clothing. Okay? 1 Timothy 2:9 forbids display in dress, gaudy colors, profane ornamentation, and device designed to attract attention to the wearer or to excite admiration is excluded from the modest apparel which God's word enjoins. So that simplicity and modesty is described as, anasema, any device designed to attract attention to the wearer or to excite admiration is excluded from the modest apparel which God's word enjoins. Okay? So there are some clothing that we put on which are expensive, which are gorgeous, but they attract attention to the wearer or the admiration to the wearer and not to the God who is the owner of everything. That is just one. Now she says that there are also specific dangers that you may face in putting on some clothing. So if you're writing, I think you wrote about simple and modest. You talked about of becoming colors. You must consider color. Then you must consider, I've read here, good quality of the clothing that we buy. Sometimes we may buy clothes which are not quality, and quality clothes can last for long. Then she has talked about suitable for service. Yani kuna nguo ukivaa ama mshono ambao ukivaa ukienda kazi itakuwa inakudhuru ama inakulimit. Then she has talked about it should be chosen for durability. Durable. Clothes should be durable. And by the way, on this matter, most of my sisters and my mothers are caught here. Some of us, I don't know about the ones sitting before me, but where I come from, some of us cannot put on a cloth for a very long. Kama umevaa nguo kwa muda mrefu inakuwa changed, hiyo nguo umevaa sana. Lakini anasema kwa page 119 anasema hivi, the making of changes in apparel for the sake of fashion merely is not sanctioned by the word of God. Changing styles and elaborate, costly ornamentation squander the time and means of the rich and lay waste the energies of mind and soul. They impose heavy burden on the middle and poorer classes. Many who can hardly earn a livelihood and do with simple molds might make their own clothing are compelled to resort to the dressmaker in order to be in fashion. Many a poor girl, for the sake of a stylish gown, has deprived herself of warm underwear and paid the penalty with her life. Many another, covering the display and elegance of the rich, has been enticed into paths of dishonesty.
Women, many a woman forced to prepare and of calming colors. So she warns about the habit of changing our wardrobes simply for changing it to be in fashion. And she decries how this affects our economy, because health is all round. It even includes our economy. Now let me draw close to some of the alarming observations that relate directly to our health. She talks about the danger that awaits us in some manner of dressing. She talks about, I read about, let me revisit this section. This is the same page, paragraph 2. In all respects, the dress should be healthful. Above all things, God desires us to be in health of body and of soul, and we are to be workers together with Him for the health of both soul and body. Both are promoted by healthful dress. Then she goes on to say, you should have the grace, the beauty, the appropriateness of natural simplicity. Let me move to the place which I'm looking for, which talks about some of the things that we do with our dress which may affect our health directly. Okay, let me read this section. Another serious evil is the wearing of skirts so that their weight must be sustained by the hips. This heavy weight pressing upon the internal organs drags them downward and causes weakness of the stomach and a feeling of lassitude, inclining the wearer to stoop, which further cramps the lungs, making correct breathing more difficult. She had been talking about, so you can write warnings. She warns against clothes which are tight clothings. Tight clothings. Tight clothings always affect the blood flow. And on this one, even men, we shall talk about this. She warns about putting on tight clothes. If I was to read up here, she's talking about some ladies, of course, of her time, but the principle is the same. That they were putting on some clothes which were so tight up here, such that even their breathing was not very full. They could not breathe deeply because the clothes they were putting on top was so tight. You know, the clothes were so tight up here, such that they were constraining the lungs and the breasts, and then they made blood circulation and even air circulation, breathing, very difficult. She talks about that, I think, up here. Once a fashion's wasteful and mischievous device is the skirt that sweeps the ground, uncleanly, uncomfortable, inconvenient, unhelpful. All this and more is true of the trailing skirt. It is extravagant both because of the superfluous material required and because of the needless wear on account of its length. And whoever has seen a woman, okay, I've read this. So essentially, we are talking about tight clothing, which are not fit for our air circulation and blood circulation. By the way, especially the ladies who are gifted, there are some of us who have been endowed with big what? Do you call them breasts? Yes. The ladies who have been endowed, God has blessed them with bigger breasts, especially the girls. For you, the people I'm seeing here, you may be past that age. But for the young people, if they are gifted with big breasts, they tend to tighten them so much. Hata kama nikijukua amechukua ni kijukua ambayo inafinya kabisa, because she has been told that those big breasts are not good enough. If you see them, tell them to accept themselves and put on something which is healthy. They consider their health. If you see them anywhere, I don't see them around. I don't see anybody with the kind of people I'm talking about, but I know you may meet them where you are working or where you stay. Okay? Is that a deal? You any deal? Mutawambia? Yes, they accept themselves and consider their health more than their appearance. Sometimes wanasema wanataka kushine. Tutakuja kwa freeze and shine. But the point is, when you put on a very tight bra to fasten and maintain the shape of your breast, you are constraining the blood that should be flowing in that in that organ. That organ needs a lot of blood flow. And some research have related this to even the cancer of the breast. Because cancer just needs where oxygen is not reaching. If the oxygen is not reaching some parts of your body, that place is the hiding place for those for the cancerous cells. Okay? So she warns against putting on tight clothing, up and down. Now down here, near the waist, is where the organs are. When you put on a very tight underpant or a very tight skirt, which is resting on your waist, it is decreasing the blood flow down here, and it makes the organs there not very functional. And by the way, this one, I want to talk to men as well. Wanaume oye? Muko. Now, we are warned against putting on very tight pants. Very tight pants. And even our belts. Mwanaume afai kufunga belt tight. You need slightly loose trousers. When you put a very tight belt, you are interfering with the blood flow to the organs which are down here. Bwana sifiwe. And now, because we are talking about health, hatuna aibu, wanaume hawafai kuvaa panties which are tight, which are holding their balls closer to their body, because those balls were made to hang. When they hang, you may feel as if you are not comfortable, but in terms of health, they were made to hang. So for the ladies who I know, I can see most of you, you have men. If you see them with tight pants, just take them graciously in love. Go and buy for them a nice one, which is able to make him free, so that what should hang should hang. Okay? When they are in the body, they operate well when they are exposed to slightly to the cold. Did I say something worth noting? So I talked about pressure at the waist. Don't put a lot of pressure in terms of your trouser and your belt. Let it not be too much. And the underpants that we always put on, let them not be too much. Okay? So tight clothes will interfere. And by the way, on this one, the young men of these days, young men, ladies, and both sexes actually, unakuta mtu akona longi, ujui anaitoa vipi. Amevaa longi, siji wanahaya spana, ndiye anatolewa nayo. It is so tight, mpaka hata uelewi wanatoa vipi. Hizo nguo ambazo zinabana si mzuri. Ukiwaona wenzako wasaidie. Unakuta mtu amefunga belt kabisa, mpaka amefunga kabisa, mpaka nyama imelala hivi. That is not healthy. For men, suspender is the best. Ingawaje watu hawaipendi. But ile suspender, mnaelewa suspender? Kama mnaweza kuvaa suspender, it's okay. Kama uwezi, loosen your whatever. So she talked about the tight what? The tight clothings. Then she talks about there was an habit those days of, especially the girls, they were putting on some clothes which were leaving some parts of the body. Some parts of the body were exposed. Some parts of the body were exposed, like up here, huku chini iko sawa, lakini juu. Mwewahi waona? Wasichana, wale wanavaa, sana wasichana. Anasema ya kwamba, watu wanapovaa hivyo, they are always interfering with the rate of warmth distribution. That some parts are warm. Let me read this just for your information. Of late years, the dangers resulting from compression of the waist have been so fully discussed that few can be ignorant in regard to them. Yet so great is the power of fashion that the evil continues. By this practice, women and young girls are doing themselves untold harm. It is essential to health that the chest have room to expand to its fullest extent in order that the lungs may be enabled to take full inspiration. When the lungs are restricted, the quantity of oxygen received into them is lessened. The blood is not properly vitalized, and the waste poisonous matter, which should be thrown off through the lungs, is restrained. In addition to this, the circulation is hindered, and the internal organs are so cramped and crowded out of place that they cannot perform their work properly. So that is just to emphasize the necessity of looseness. Then she goes on to talk about something else. Tight lacing does not improve the form. Tight lacing, now I'm talking about shoes. There are some of us who are prone to putting on very tight shoes, okay? Very tight shoes. That one is also not healthy. You know, health, I'm just talking about simple things, which you can do. Don't tighten your shoes so tight. It also interferes with the blood flow.